Yeah, they won't let him play. Right. Get to watch a couple of races now. Great way to spend my time. Alright. Mexico and the Netherlands. Yeah, got the stream up.
I need to hide the queue again.
This was the race that was meant to happen last week, but there was only 9 people in, and so it got cancelled. Yeah, and I ended up commentating Tier 1 instead, and now I get to commentate this one as well. Couple of people readying up. Don't know if we've had a message to say to ready up. It's opposite in my room. It is boiling. I haven't even been in my room all day. I just had to open my window. Jesus. We actually have multiple Williams and multiple Haas. I actually feel sorry for them. Let's be honest, nobody wants to be driving either of those. They're absolutely awful in every single way. We got Mercedes in there. No, we actually don't. I'm waiting for that guy in the Red Bull to absolutely smoke every single person in the Netherlands. Much like what happened in Tier 1 last week. Rossi spun out and still won by, what was like, 13 seconds. How many people are we actually waiting on in here? Because I know a lot more than the 9 we had last week came in. It's gonna take me a long time to actually get used to this wheel. I'm not ready for it. Yeah. What's going on in chat? Apparently it's something about waiting until 10 past or something. Apparently we're waiting for a couple more people, so this is fun. Someone just got kicked. Apparently it's 16 that we're meant to be having. We got 13, so we're waiting on 3 people, but PSN's down for some people. I am not sure if they're going to be able to make it. Yeah. Basically, I do it every Tuesday, Harry, and every Thursday. I have a tier to commentate, and then race myself on a Sunday. No, I just do it because I've got nothing. I like it, and let's be honest, I'm not going to spend my time doing anything else. Madden Leagues haven't started up yet, and everything to that nature. Uni starts on the 21st. Should have brought that last piece of cake upstairs, actually. Kill it, Harry. Kill it, Harry. Right, it looks like we're about to start. Here we go. Just got a message in chat to ready up. I have a funny feeling the guy in the Red Bull might take these races, especially if he can use the car well. You don't have a Mercedes. That's the surprising thing. I thought someone would have been in on the week that they would have been Mercedes. They just totally clear everyone. No, I turned the voice chat off for the rest of the party, like the sharing voice chat. So you should only be able to hear me. Somehow I don't think Minecraft commentary should be in the same place as the F1 commentary. So okay, I didn't even know you could start a broadcast from the wheel. That's a new one. Interesting. Might actually have to unplug my wheel in a minute to charge up my remote. Here we go, down the main straight. The Aston Martin's going to head into the first corner in the lead. It's not a great start from the Ferrari. And as I expected... Oh, and there goes one of the Aston Martins. That's not good news. The AlphaTauris were 1 and 2. Before that, that chicane put the Red Bull in front. The Red Bull is where I expected it. Being on realistic cars, if you know how to drive reasonably well, you should basically win this race. Managed to keep that in. It's gone incredibly wide, but he's managed to keep the lap going. Go into hairpin. Keeps first. Last week someone absolutely messed up the final corner. I'd be very impressed to see that happen again. It's not, and it's the Red Bull taking pole. A couple of people disqualified at the end there. Noticed that one of the Haas's was disqualified from the session for track limits, I'm guessing. Got both the Alpines there as well that got disqualified. Not a great time for Alpine and Aston Martin. Alfa Romeo far back as well. You got Luke's first in the Red Bull, Ahmed's second, 4 tenths off in the AlphaTauri. You got B-Rob third, 8 tenths off. Then you've got the Ferrari in fourth, which is the gap becomes a second and more after that. Looks like there's going to be quite a distance in the race. Why have you just started breaking out into singing that? Got 10 seconds at the top. Race starts. Pretty sure there's no formation left on a Thursday and a Sunday. Yep, got 5 red lights. And it's lights out. And Bundes has jump started and got himself a drive-through penalty off the start. Well, he's in trouble now. Let's get everything sorted, put it on the tyre, see who's done how many laps on which tyre. And there goes the Alpine, the collision with the Red Bull. That's not good news at all. Let's see if the Red Bull can try and gain positions. You got yellow flag in sector 1, which I'm pretty sure is the Alpine. Ferrari looked like went off as well. Williams taken in second, sector 1 and sector 2 yellow flags. Not sure, it looks like an Alfa Romeo has binned it. Oh, first time round these quick turns in Mexico, sector 2, such a nightmare to everyone. And there goes the Alfa Romeo again. I think that might be point no return. Oh, and the Aston Martin's gone. I'm not sure if that was a collision with... I think it is a collision with the Alpine. The Alfa Romeo has spun out again. And his race has gone absolutely awful. Never got a chance to get going. 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane for Cunnington. The Red Bull got himself into second on the straight. The yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, I'm pretty sure that's the Alfa Romeo from before. There's a 5-second penalty for Bunders for speeding into the pit lane as well. It's going to be a penalty fest, shall I say, like it was last week from Tier 1. Pretty sure every single person had a penalty for track limits at the very least last week. The Alpines left the session, so safe to say that's the end of that race for him. Your one-stop strategy will be case for everyone, whether it's mediums to softs or soft to mediums. The yellow flag in sector 2 for an Alpine, not for an Alpine, AlphaTauri. Al Trucco's spun out. Ferrari's going to come past him now. Here we go, the Red Bull's going to try something on the straight. Here we go. Is he gonna be able to make a move? DRS has been enabled. And the Red Bull has managed to get in front, but did he keep the position? He does. Bit aggressive, bit probably not clean. And there's collision there between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. Both look like they got away fine, but it's allowed the Alfa Romeo behind him to get into the race. Oh, the Red Bull looked like it lost the back of the car. Oh, and the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri collide again. It looked like the AlphaTauri's come off second best that time. Managed to keep second position somehow. It's allowed the Red Bull to get a sizable lead. Everyone seems to be taking that corner wide and not really getting track limits for it, because I'm not sure track limits are actually enforced on that corner. AlphaTauri's got the Alfa Romeo on his rear now. Won't be too long before the Alfa Romeo actually tries to move, especially if he's got the pace. Looks like he's going to try something. No, he's too far behind. Going down the straight, is he going to be able to? No. DRS has actually put him right beside him. Going into the first corner too wide. And the AlphaTauri got forced off the track there for a minute. But gets back past the Alfa Romeo. Puts in second. You got the... You got the Alfa Romeo just gliding past the AlphaTauri through that corner. How has that happened? How is it suspended 15 minutes because my license can't be verified? How? But here we go, still fighting between the Alfa Romeo and the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri probably the faster car, but Ahmed's not been able to capitalise on it, and here comes the Williams of the Alpine, literally forcing it into a four-way battle now. It's all led by the Alfa Romeo as we go into the main straight. One behind him going to get DRS. See if anyone's going to be able to make a move. Aero DRS has opened. Is he going to be able to catch the Alfa Romeo up? Very much looked like it, going into turn 1. And the AlphaTauri has got past him with relative ease. But DRS will do that on the main straight at Mexico. And the Alfa Romeo has gone incredibly wide into that corner. And there you go, the AlphaTauri has managed to set the fastest First sector of the entire race there. The Red Bull is just clear out in front. He's got a 4-second gap already. Oh, that's very wide from the AlphaTauri. Not going to have focus too much on the Red Bull though, because unless he spins, this is probably a foregone conclusion. Someone's span in sector 2. It's the Haas. Snap span. Nightmare car to control. Savetti's joined. Probably joining for the second race. Someone's span in sector 1. I think it's Noof again. His race has not been good. And the Alpha... Oh no, it's the Alfa Romeo, sorry. In third, has just got a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And now he's going to get DRS. Is he going to be able to close the gap enough to make a move? I don't think he is. I take that back. DRS always seems to fool me down that small part of the straight. But he's going to try and move to the inside there. And he's clipped him. He's clipped the AlphaTauri going through. Alfa Romeo got past, but he's not done it very cleanly at all. And now the Alfa Romeo gets to take over second, with the Williams and the Alpine closing in behind. Saleri, who is trying to fight for the Tier 4 title on a Thursday, is the one trying to catch him up. And you got the Alfa Romeo here managed to keep it in ground. The Alpine has closed the gap a lot through those corners. Gonna make a move. He got past him with pretty good ease. And the Alpine's now in second. Let's see if Saleri can try and close the gap somewhat to the Red Bull, but I don't think he will be able to. And Snap is retired in the Haas. And Cunningham's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. All of a sudden, there's only 12 people left in the race. Bundes has already left, so technically 11. Or 10 in the CPU. Here we go into the first corner. The Alfa Romeo has got past the Alpine. And now Trucco's now joined the penalties. And he's got 3 seconds for violating track limits. It's always that first straight, whether or not you get past them there, it really sets the rest of your lap. You got Saleri with 0.6 of a second to catch up now. He's getting closer. Is he going to be able to catch through the S's here? Not going to be able to catch too much. There's another spin in sector 3. It's the other Alfa Romeo of Noof, who's just can't keep his car straight at the moment. And there's another 3-second penalty. Not sure who that one was for. Might have been for the Ferrari there. Missed it coming up the top of the screen. Here we go. Down the first straight. The Alpine is going to be able to make a move. He's going to try and make a move into the first corner. He's got it past him. He's got past him very easy. DRS is the huge advantage to have on this track, especially if you then can break the gap, the second gap behind to the team, to the guy behind. That way he can't get DRS back on you in the following lap. Which no one has been able to do so far. The Red Bull is just stormed off ahead. He's got a 7-second gap now. No one catching him unless he spins. If he keeps the car, if he keeps it a safe drive, he'll win the race. You've got the Alpine, who's doing these S's incredibly well and has managed to break the second gap now. 1.5 seconds to Diego in third in the Alfa Romeo, and there's another 3-second penalty for Cunningham. Got the Aston Martins haven't had a good race between the two of them, dropping further behind, and neither of the AlphaTauris, to be fair, since hitting second, it's all been downhill, although he did get cleaned out. In the Saleri is going to just be very much clear of the Alfa Romeo here, and Major's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Soleri's one L Trucker's got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And everyone seems to be fairly separated at the moment, as to say the very least. You've got the Ferrari in 4th, 10 seconds back on the Alfa Romeo in 3rd, who isn't closing the gap, but losing time on the Alpine in front of him. Not sure when we're about to get a little bit more action. Soleri's got got a 3-second time penalty for violating track limits. Diego's got another 3 seconds, so it's just opened the gap that Soleri had again a few corners ago, back to 2.5 seconds on track and the 3 seconds in penalties. And here we go. The Red Bull and the Alpine have come into pit, both going on the medians. Diego's following them. The Ferrari is going to join them as well. Let's see if the Williams can get out in front of any of them. He should get out in front of the Ferrari. As for anyone else, it might be a push. Is he going to be able to go in front? He is. He got in front of the Alfa Romeo. So that's a very good strategy from Rob there. He managed to get himself a 2-second gap between himself and the Alfa Romeo, now 4th. The Alpha Tauri's got himself back to 5th. Ahmed did well the last time I was able to commentate this tier. You got Major in 6th, and the penalties are, as you can see, penalties are starting to pile up now. As I said before, no one got away with a clean race in tier 1. Everyone got at least 3 seconds. Luke's just set a fastest sector 2 of the race. Storm's up ahead. There's a yellow flag, and it's Soleri. Soleri's binned it at the end of sector 2 and has dropped himself to 4th now. Well, he had a relatively comfortable 2nd, but now he's going to have to fight all over again. Not sure if he's got any damage to the front wing. Doesn't look like he has. Cunningfern's got another 3-second penalty for track limits. He's got 14 seconds worth of penalties now. B-Rob's 2nd. He's got a 1.8 second gap on track with 6 seconds worth of penalties for Diego in 3rd. So he's got a pretty big gap between him and 3rd. Soleri's going to end in front of the Alfa Romeo off track at the moment. Not sure if he's going to be able to regain the time he lost, but we're about to find out in the last 7 or 8 laps. You get a bit closer racing now. There are 3 people trying to fight the way round. You got Soleri that's just got underneath the second gap to activate DRS on the next. There you go, DRS open. Not going to do too much down this straight. It will close the gap a little bit. 6/10 now. You can do a good 3rd sector. You can get really close to overtaking him. Yeah, half a second to close now. Going to get DRS. Diego's not going to have DRS on B-Rob in front of him, 1.5 seconds, and here comes the Alpine on the Alfa Romeo, and he's easily got past him. Now let's see if the Alpine or Soleri can go at B-Rob in the Williams, which most likely will be a possibility considering he's in a far faster car. The Williams is not great to control at all. The fact that Williams is up there is pretty impressive, and Soleri, after his spin, sets the fastest first sector of the race. The Alpine has got himself well within the second. Even if he gets past the Williams next time DRS comes into play, still needs to build the 3-second gap. Here we go. So Diego's just sliding off the back, losing time to Soleri. Luke's just set the fastest lap of the race. He's now got a 14-second gap between him and the second place. So even a spin might not do it at this point. Here we go, down the main straight. Got half a second to gain. He probably will gain it into the first corner. Is he going to make a move? Yes, he is. He's easily got past the Williams because of the pace difference. DRS helping as well. The Alfa Romeo behind him almost caught the Williams in the same corner. Here we go. The Alpine got DRS again. The Williams is always losing time. And now the Alfa Romeo's come up the inside and got him. And now it's a case of whether or not the Alfa Romeo can chase down Soleri. And there's a 3-second time penalty for Luke. The multiple warnings. There we go. With 5.5 laps remaining. Well, Luke 14.5 seconds. So the penalties are basically irrelevant at this point. Soleri in second, Diego in third. Diego got 3 seconds more than Soleri in second, and 6 more than B-Rob behind him, who's going to get DRS down the straight. My bad. He should get DRS. Yeah, he has got DRS, but he's not going to get much closer because he's over the second behind. He's going to get within maybe 3/4 of a second. He's going to lose it because the Williams is just so poor at handling. You've got Cunningham Fern with another 3-second time penalty. Pretty sure he's on 17 at this point. He must be having a lot of trouble in that Aston Martin to have racked up that many penalties. You've still got a few people. You got the Alfa Romeo New Squids, who has had an absolute torrid time, but managed to keep himself penalty-less. You got the same for Ahmed and B-Rob, who fared a bit better. B-Rob's going to try and chase down Diego, who's now within a second of Soleri. Now, it could be possible we're going to get DRS for multi. As soon as I say that, it's not really going to happen. Diego's got another 3-second time penalty for track limits, which puts him up to 9 seconds and probably makes it that he's going to end 4th. No DRS for either. Oh, I take that back. It looks like B-Rob did get DRS. There's a yellow flag, and it's looks like it's El Trucker that span out in Sector 2. Yes, it is El Trucker. Who's going to end in the top 10 because New Squids also had a pretty poor race. Been all over the place, to be honest with you. Spins a couple of times. And the Alpine Bunders is CPU, so no one's really got to worry about that. Oh, didn't even realise that Noof is also is he ghosted? I think he might be ghosted. Not sure if he's a CPU or not. But B-Rob's still within the second, so he will get DRS coming down here. Not going to mean too much, but it probably will keep him in range of DRS on the actual main straight, which is not good news for Diego. Here we go, into the final corner. It looks like he's managed to break out of DRS range, so it's as you were. Soleri's got a 1.5 second gap to Diego in the Alfa Romeo, and Diego's just slightly opening the gap. Oh no, wait, yeah, B-Rob has got DRS. Keep forgetting where the activation point is on this, and the 200 yard or 200 meter, sorry, where you get. He's going to get DRS down this straight as well. It's about 7/10. Not going to get close enough to try and make a move. It's just a case of, oh, he's closed in the gap and lost it again. good battle between the Alfa Romeo and the Williams. It's pretty much the only thing we're going to watch for pretty much the entire rest of the race because no one else is relatively close to each other. It's now 2.2 seconds between Salieri and Diego. I think Salieri has managed to solidify himself as second place at this point, only pulling away from everyone rather than getting closed in on. He does need to bring 3 seconds to B-Rob, which he does have, but not by much. There you go. B-Rob's got DRS again, but I think he might be too far back because the Williams is just too slow to try and make a move from that position. Yep, he's going to get within 3/4 of a second again. Going to get DRS on the following straight, going to bring him down to about 7/10 of a second behind. And I'm pretty much everything's going to stay as it is until penalties come into play right at the end. Lap 17. Someone has just spun. Yep, it's the Ferrari that's spun in sector 1. He's just lost the place to Major in the Williams, who won't be complaining with 6, I don't think. The Williams is not the easiest car to drive, neither is the Haas. I'm not too surprised that snapped DNF in. Diego's pushing his luck when it comes to that corner. He's pretty sure that's half of his warnings already. Here we go, lap 18. Luke's won. He's pretty much even with a spin right now. I'm pretty sure Luke's won. Salieri should get second, even with his 3-second time penalty. B-Rob's definitely going to get third because Diego's got 9 seconds worth of penalties and he's just simply isn't going to catch up. I think Ahmed's just done. Is it Ahmed that just spun? I think it is. Oh no, it's El Trucco. Okay. And there's another 3-second time penalty for Diego, who's just making sure he's not ending in the top 4. He would have had a great race if he knew what track limits looked like. Managed to keep it in that corner, to be fair. Here we go. And I completely missed Luke Bus winning the Mexican Grand Prix. I forgot we were on lap 18. But there you go, that's your winner. Luke Bus in the Red Bull has won. I pretty much predicted that. As long as you can drive properly, the superior car is going to get you good places. Salieri comes second, 17 seconds behind. Got B-Rob in third due to the penalties. Ahmed in fourth, sorry. Diego fifth. Then you got the Ferrari in sixth, which means Major spun. It's given the place back. Not sure what the penalties stand like here. Oh, okay. Newth finished in 10th. Bundes is going to finish 11th. We got AB's finished over the line in 6th. Then you've got Major's going to end 7th because of penalties. Cunningfern's going to end 8th. El Trucco is going to be the last proper finisher, I think, in 9th. Got 6-second penalty. He's going to add on to the end of his thing. And there you go. That is the end of the race. That is very good win for a very, very good race for the Red Bull, winning it by a mile. And then you've got the Alpine who managed to survive a spin and get himself on the second step. B-Rob's going to take third in the Williams. He's one of the best in the entire tier. It's Major ran out of fuel. Okay, he ran out of fuel. He didn't spin. It's what I thought he did. That's unfortunate. And that's your first race. Your first race standings are there. You got Luke, who won qualifying, who gets the extra couple of points for qualifying on pole, and then ends up winning the race handsomely. And I can't see a different outcome in Netherlands either. We're gonna go through and probably take a small break before ending up going for the Netherlands race, number 6 on the calendar. He got fastest lap, Luke, as well, so it's the extra point to him. It's Betty in the Mercedes, so we actually have a interesting battle. Got Mercedes versus the Red Bull in the Netherlands, which is probably advantage to the Red Bull, just in case of the person driving it. Pretty sure we had more than 12 last time. Are we gonna... Don't know how long we're gonna be before going into the next race. How late is the second race? Yeah, it's people debating whether or not the take of the overtake from Diego on Ahmed was intentional or not. I thought it was. It looked like Diego crossed in way too early and not realised that he was there. So I think it was intentional. I think that might be a talking point. I'm gonna be waiting a minute before the end of the beginning of the next race. Gonna be an interesting second race. Yeah, we need to invite the people who weren't able to get through the first race. And apparently there's going to be quite a lot of them. I see several people are typing in the chat. We're going at 48. Alright. We're going at 48 or when people join. It's going to be pretty aggressive and going to be pretty full of spins because the Netherlands is not kind to anyone. How come the PSN is down for some people but not for others? I think we're ready to go. I think we might be going into the second race now. I see people in the chat getting slightly annoyed that you can't go into lean fuel mix anymore. Lean fuel mix, basically. No, when you're racing, it takes, most of the time, it takes the option of going into lean away. It blocks out the, yeah. Basically means you use less fuel. Yeah. Just in case you're not going to make the end of the race. With no naming out. Hurry, hold on. You can't do it because it's to keep it in line with the this year's F1 rules. That's why you can't do it, Darren. I think everyone's going to start readying up in a minute. Surprised it's not already heading in. Yeah, you can't change the engine mode. There's only 11 people in here. Moment. Ultra code's back, so we're gonna be with 12. Gonna take a while to get going. There we go. We'll get off eventually. I think we're getting ready. Why would he go and play Rocket League while he's in the middle of a race? We're gonna be... Yeah, gonna get going, I think. It's gonna be 10 seconds, here we go. I'm not surprised that Ahmed's actually reporting that from Mexico, because I think it was deliberate. I just don't think he actually saw the AlphaTauri coming up on the inside, which can't get away with. It's going to be punishable. Here we go. It's time in the Netherlands with foggy conditions. Let's just say that. We're gonna get rain. That's the real question. It would toss a spanner in the works if we got rain. Here we go. Let's watch this one on the view of the Mercedes. I'm pretty sure the Red Bull should end first through this. Here we go. Into the first hairpin. Keeps it in check. They had to do a little correction, but he's done well. Netherlands track allowed for many people to spin. It's fastest first sector for the Mercedes. The Red Bull going rather slow. Here we go. The Red Bull has finally hit the front, which is more of what we expected. The race is probably going to be a two-way battle between the Mercedes and the Red Bull, if we're completely honest. The two cars are way too quick for everyone else, and then you've got the Alpine, who's managed to keep up. Sabetti's not drove too well in this Mercedes on this lap. Might have something to do with Mercedes' slower cornering. Here we go. Might be able to get a couple of people. He's not going to be able to. He's going to finish 9th, and it's going to be the Red Bull on pole. He's done it by 2 1/4 tenths to the Alpine in second, and then the Alfa Romeo's third, I believe. Which means we're going to start pretty similar to how we finished in the last race. It's actually the AlphaTauri in third and the Alfa Romeo fourth. It's a good drive by snapping the R's to get fifth. Even just bet out the Ferrari, like 0.002 of a second. Who didn't end up beating the Williams major out by too much. And then you've got Salieri starting on the mediums, B-Rob starting on the mediums, Trucker starting on the mediums. Interesting strategy. Might be able to get the Red Bull in the pits. As if he's able to keep close enough to him through the first 8 to 10 laps, which I'm not sure he's going to be. Nine seconds until the start of the race. Everyone's going to be spinning, I reckon. Or spinning if it's going to be anything like Tier 1. And we've got 5 red lights, and away we go. And New Squids jumped the start. I'm pretty sure Sabetti's done the same. Sabetti's just jumped straight to the lead, not even caring. Yep, the drive-through for the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo. And there's already been a crash. Leary's hit the back. So the New Squids hit the back from jumping and spinning out after the first hairpin. So that was a waste of getting a drive-through penalty. They're pretty much always a waste. There's another... Oh, Snap's got a problem. Snap might have lost his car a little bit through that beginning of the second sector. Sabetti's in first. Sabetti has a second gap, but that drive-through is going to cost him dearly. It's a case of whether or not he can get in front to the point where he's able just to get away. And Luke set the fastest to the first and second sector. Sabetti probably don't count because he jumped the start. The lap's been invalidated, probably most likely. He hasn't managed to open much of a gap to Diego, and there you go. Sabetti's going in straight away, and there you go. Luke Boost has set the fastest lap of the race, and Sabetti's going into the pits for his drive-through, which should cost him dearly. He's going to drop behind Salieri. Cunningford's got 5 seconds of speeding in the pit lane, who had amassed a lot of penalties through the race in Mexico. 4 people had to pit there because of damage to the Probably the front wings. Go onto new tyres, probably all going on to the hards. Oh no, Snap's going on to the mediums. Oh, and Diego's crashed into the wall. That's the end of his session. That is the end of his session. That's a costly mistake. And it's allowed everyone to climb a position. And it's the end of any chance of points for him. And El Trucker is going to follow him. He's retired from the session as well. So it's 2 down. Top 10 already sorted, just a case of which order. And New Squid's going to join him as well. There goes both the Alfa Romeos. They're both gone in the space of 2 laps or 3 laps. Which means there's only 9 left. The Haas at the back. We've got DRS enabled. And the Red Bull's already got a 1.7 second gap, which is going to be a problem for everyone else in the race. Then Ahmed in second has 3.5 second gap to the Ferrari behind him. So it really is probably, it's most likely a 2-horse race at this point. Leary's got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to catch, but because of the incident on the first lap, might not be able to make it up. You got second sector's fastest. We got Luke. There's 2.2 seconds at the front. Got the fastest lap. It's been a very good day so far for Luke in the Red Bull. Gonna take home max points from both races. Ahmed is second. He's 2.5 seconds back, and there goes AB. I'm just gonna see if I can get what he did. It looks like he's gone off there. Yeah, I think he may have just lost the front and gone straight into a wall, and it's allowed Saleri onto the podium as it stands because Savetti, Major, Cunningfern and Snap are at least a pit stop behind. Savetti's drive-through probably killed off his race entirely. Bearing in mind that everyone else probably can go to the end. Someone's yellow flag second sector, which looks like it's Savetti by how slow he's going. And it is just a 2-horse race. It's Luke, again, still got a 2.6 second gap. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. It is Savetti. Savetti is, I'm pretty sure he's lost a front wing. Could be wrong, but let's have a look. He hasn't lost. Oh yeah, he has. And the Haas has lost it as well. The Haas has lost an entire front wing because Savetti can't drive. Oh, that's the end of Savetti's race. He just lost it entirely. He just caused chaos. When he lost his front wing, he lost complete control of the car. It might have been slow. That's one thing when you get a yellow front wing. But also caused a couple of other drivers to get damaged cars, the damaged front wings because of the driving. And that leaves us with 7. We started with 12, we're on lap 5, and we only have 7 left. Luke is now 3.5 seconds ahead of Ahmed, who's had a particularly slow lap. Snap's going to go to the end on those mediums, that's for sure. Whether he is going to do anything with them, that's a different question. And Major's just crashed. I don't think it's serious enough to take him out of the race. Luke's just set another fastest first sector. It's catching Snap up pretty quickly to lap him. Snap might be able to close the gap in on Major here. The real way we get any sort of close racing at the front is for Luke to spin out. The Red Bull is just way too powerful around Zandvoort because of all the turns, and Red Bull being a cornering car, the absolute least. He left the session. We have been left with 7. You've got Luke's just set another fastest lap. Here you go. Is he going to be able to catch up Snap and lap him? I think he will. Which is unfortunate for Snap. He's already in the absolute worst car. Had to let him go past. So that's the first thing. At least Snap probably will finish the race on this point, unless he causes his own problems. We got Ahmed 5 seconds back now. There's not an awful lot to commentate from the last couple of laps, considering most of the action came in the first couple of laps. When everyone started to DNF. You got Luke in first. He got a 5.5 second gap to Ahmed in second, who's slowly dropping off. Then you got Saleri in third, B-Rob in fourth, Cunningford might, and there's a sector 2. There's Major. Major's ended in the wall again, and he's lost his front wing. Oh well, part of his front wing, so he's got at least yellow damage. So he's going to be able to get back to the pits, most likely, as long as he keeps his. I'd say that he's on the gravel. It's pretty hard to control under a yellow wing, which is the same what happened to Sabay, but you can keep it under control pretty reasonably. It makes you a little bit slower. I kind of feel like I've been a little bit too harsh on Sabay now, but I still think he's done enough to probably get reported for causing Snap's damage. We've got the first place, Luke, really catching up Major. Just trying to use as much of the slipstream as he can get off Major going into the straight. Major's gone into pit, so Snap's gone in front of him. It's 8 seconds now, and Ahmed's come to pit. I think his softs has just dropped off a little bit. Let's see if B-Rob can get anywhere near him. Coming out the pits. Is he going to get Ahmed? Coming out the pit. I think Ahmed's got away. Yes, Ahmed's got away. But now we have some close racing. At least for a couple of laps until B-Rob eventually has to pit himself. We're going to have a few laps of racing between these two. Only 1.2 seconds. It's probably the closest action we're going to get for the rest of the race. You got Major's going to probably aim to let his teammate through as soon as possible. There you go. He's gone on the gravel to do so. Major just needs to finish the race. 7th isn't too bad when it's in a league like this. Especially when the point scoring is different for the sprint league. Luke's now in the pit. Let's see the gap he has on Ahmed after that lap. Gap being cut down all the way to 9, nearly 10 seconds. Which, on the actual time that Luke had in front of him beforehand is a second extra. Soleri's just set the fastest lap, so Luke's no longer getting max points, even though I'm not too sure he'll be bothered by missing out on a singular point. Especially if he's driving like this for the rest of the championship. Then you got B-Rob in third. Ahmed in second, B-Rob in third, who are going to go at it for a while. Considering that's really about it. There's 1.3 seconds, one lap 10. They're both on the medium tyres. B-Rob will eventually go into pit, unless he's going on the entire race. He's only done 9 laps. Possibly might be going for the... Nope, there you go, there he goes, into the pits. Scrap everything I just said, he's gone into the pits, which means that he's probably going to get taken over by Soleri here. Yep, Soleri's got him. So he's spent 2 laps more on the softs currently. B-Rob's going to get 7 very quick laps in. Whether it's going to be enough to catch Soleri, I probably doubt it's 6 seconds back. And the two behind, Soleri and B-Rob, are genuinely just hoping for a mistake now. They've done pretty much all they can in their strategies. They've got themselves up to third and fourth with everyone else crashing out. They just need another mistake from Luke or Ahmed. And then they get second or third on the podium. As it stands, they're probably going to end up chasing each other for what looked like the final step, because with 7 laps to go for Ahmed now, 6.5 if you're Luke. It's going to be pretty hard to catch that 9 seconds. Major's gone into pit again, which just shows that he's just trying to get to the end of the race in any means now. No matter where he comes, it's just a case of getting the car over the line. And then you've got another fastest first sector from Luke, who was second sector, sorry, who is just cruising. He's 13.5 seconds up, and there's a crash from Snap, who's taken him out of the session. So we now only have 6 finishes. We've now lost half the lobby. Damn, Netherlands is a bit tricky. Major's gonna have to go around and overtake Snap by the end of the lap. Pretty far behind, but Cunning Fern, who got 5 seconds for his thing, gone to the hard after the first lap, 5 seconds for speeding in pit lane there, and he's managed to get good points out of it. I guess that's what finishing one of these races get you. A lot of driver mistakes, a lot of unfortunate errors, a lot of car just losing the rear end. Sometimes the driver can't help it, sometimes it might be them doing a little bit of corrections, but either way it means that they don't finish the race. And Luke's not going to complain. He's well out in first. He's not really got anyone in front of him to bother him. He's just driving around the track as if it was time trial now, just with medium tyres and a lot of fuel. But you were suspending the app in 15 minutes because of a license failure. Anyway, what's wrong with you? Major is an entire minute behind Cunningford, who is in turn just short of 30 seconds behind B-Rob. Six left, two Williams, Red Bull, an AlphaTauri, and an Alpine, an Aston Martin. A lot of some of the mid-tier cars. Luke's made a little bit of a mistake there. It's not going to cost him too much time, but he's made a little bit of a mistake going into the gravel. Got a decent amount of the curb on both those. Always possible the car might lose a little bit of grip underneath when you go on those curves. It might just end up spinning out. If you've got the car in good check there, then it probably won't happen. 15.6 seconds, the gap now between Luke in first and Ahmed, the AlphaTauri, in second. Even though he's quite a distance behind second, it's going to be very good points for him. I'm not sure he's going to complain. Salieri in third, who's somehow managed to cut the gap from what was 9 and a bit seconds all the way to 5.5. Albeit, I think he might end up running out of the laps to properly get him. B. Rob's now on the cusp of 10 seconds behind Salieri. Williams not doing him any favours at all. But while he's picking up decent points, he's not going to end up getting out of it. And Luke's been cutting that corner incredibly fine over the last couple of laps, flirting with the gravel a little bit. He's still gaining on Ahmed in second. Ahmed's going to take that corner a bit cleaner. Not flirt with any of the gravel traps lying around Danville, which are pretty deadly. Coming down the main straight, grandstand. Cutting fans coming to the pit, going in and in turn going onto the soft tyre. Salieri's going to lap him. Still got an entire sector, or just about, or 3/4 of a sector, sorry, between Luke and Ahmed. And there's a mistake in sector 3. It's come from Major, who's now having to dive into the pits again in speeds. That was a moment of madness for Major. He's made himself 6th for guaranteed now. Any chance he might have had of a cutting fan messed up and getting 5th definitely gone now, unless it's enough to take him out of the race entirely. And here we go, we're on lap 17. Luke's got a 16.5 second gap, which now even a spin isn't going to take. That's a spin would still be, depending on the severity of the spin, obviously, probably not enough to take 16 seconds away. He spins and probably gets orange, yellow wing or something like that. Probably going to stay out until the end of the race. Don't think it would matter too much anyway. He's going to lap Major here. Major's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane on the last lap. And Connie and Fern and Major have been tailed off from the rest of the pack, which are in turn probably tailing off from each other. Connie and Fern's about to overtake Salieri, which is a brave move. And here we go, Luke's going down the back straight onto the final lap. And we are on lap 18. Here we go, round the first hairpin. No, it's not a hairpin, long right. Gets the Major, just lets him pass on the blue flags. And through the third, the hairpin comes out into the end of sector 1. A good run. 17 seconds now of difference, which Luke has won this race very commandingly unless he messes up. Which, considering the first 17 laps, is probably very unlikely at this point. even if he was, it could be a Rossi type situation from last week where it would be enough to kill it off. It would be, the spin wouldn't be enough to stop him. But here we go. Coming into the last corner of the race. Round it, doesn't have any problems, goes on the curve, still coming around the final corner, onto the final straight, and Luke wins the Netherlands Grand Prix. Almost said Mexican for some reason. I absolutely absolutely no idea why I've just nearly said Mexican. But he wins the Netherlands Grand Prix. Here comes Ahmed to finish off the race. Gonna take second. I don't think he'll be too complaining. So Leary got within 2 and 3/4 seconds, 2.7 from the ends third. B Rob coming down the final corner. He's gonna end off the race. Everything's gonna be sorted after this, and the Williams ends fourth. And that is it. That is round 5 and 6 of the championship. And it's a very, very commanding day for Luke in the Red Bull. Something tells me he might not be in the Red Bull next week. Which, pretty sure is Belgium and France. 2 pretty different types of circuits. Obviously, Belgium, you've got Eau Rouge and Radillon. Radillon, sorry. It's gonna absolutely massacre a few people. And that's your final standings. We had half the field DNF. So Sabetti's just quit. That's always fun. Luke's just absolutely massacred everyone today. That was a very, very commanding day. And it's probably the end of the day as well. We'll go into everyone seems to be dropping out the Tuesday week, which is fun. And that is it. I've been commentator for Tier 2. I'll be back on channel on Thursday to commentating Tier 4. As per usual, sorry, I hit something for no reason. I'll be commentating Tier 4 as per normal. And that's it. I think I'll see you this time on Thursday.